everyone, welcome to yet another episode of our podcast. Today we'll be diving into the world of Pomeranian soups and bread. So grab a bowl and get ready to tantalize your taste buds. Soups held a special place in Pomeranian cuisine, and their preparation and serving styles varied across the region. In Kashubia, it was customary to enjoy soups after the main course, a unique practice compared to other parts of Poland. Among the popular soups were the yellow sweet soup and parzybroda, a cabbage soup made from fresh white cabbage. Another well-known soup is the brzat soup, made from dried apples, pears, and plums. Traditionally associated with Christmas Eve, it was also enjoyed on Fridays during Lent. Fruit soups were also prevalent, including plum soup with noodles, cherry soup, pink soup made from cherries, rhubarb soup, and fruit and mushroom soup from Borovice. These soups were often served with noodles, and some households even enjoyed or are still enjoying sweet, warm fruit soups with potatoes. Interestingly, one variety of soup that somehow falls into the fruit soup category is ternina, also known as charnina. This soup was made from the blood of a goose or occasionally from a duck. Initially considered a delicacy for the nobility and the wealthy, it eventually became popular among people from all walks of life, possibly due to the rise of goose farming. Czernina also had a unique role as a so-called black soup, so czarna polewka in Polish, symbolizing rejection when served to a matchmaker or bachelor seeking marriage. Now let's shift our focus to the diverse range of soups enjoyed in Gdansk. The bourgeoisie of Gdansk included soups in their menus, as depicted in Mary Rosnack's book, which is one of the earliest Gdansk cookbook, as you may remember, as it was published in 1858. So, Rosnack's chapter on soups showcases 29 recipes, some of which are sweet. So, for example, we have marshmallow soup, chocolate soup with milk, a chocolate milk soup, almond milk, and wine cold soup with rice. The savory options include green herb soup, crayfish soup, green pea soup, veal soup, lentil soup, and clear broth with pasta or Parmesan cheese. Several intriguing soup deserve a mention, such as brown clotted broth, known as broth for the journey, which was called a tafelbouillon, and simply was homemade broth cubes. Of course, there are many more interesting examples, such as buttermilk soup, salted herring soup, smoked fish soup, and cucumber soup made from fresh cucumbers fried in butter, or last but not least, beer soup. A soup that still features in many Pomeranian homes today is mustard soup. It is served with potatoes and eggs. It sometimes also takes the form of eggs in mustard sauce served with boiled potatoes. So each soup had its unique flavors and served various purposes in the Pomeranian culinary landscape. Now let's turn our attention to another beloved aspect of Pomeranian cuisine: bread. Bread was a staple and often accompanied the soups that were commonly consumed in the region. Pomeranian bread was typically made from locally available ingredients, primarily rye, although wheat bread was less common. In addition to rye and wheat, Pomeranian bakers also crafted bread from barley flour, oat flour, dark buckwheat flour, light buckwheat flour, or even pea flour. 5 types of bread from Pomerania, including Kashubian potato bread, have even been included on the ministerial list of traditional and regional products. The addition of potatoes to bread was primarily driven by regional poverty, but it had an added benefit of keeping the bread moist and fresh for an extended period. Additionally, leftover products of milk processing, such as buttermilk or whey, also utilized to achieve the same purpose. Bread held great significance in Pomerania, and many superstitions and rituals were associated with it. For instance, it was believed that a new loaf should only be sliced after making a sign of the cross on its bottom side. Dropping bread on the ground was considered a bad omen, and if it happened, it was customary to pick it up and kiss it as a gesture of apology. Some customs were linked to marriage and love. In Kashubia, maidens hoping to find their partners quickly would try to secure the first slice of bread, known as kromka dla Tomka, as a talisman for attracting their ideal suitors. So the name kromka dla Tomka means slice for Tom. During weddings, the bride and groom were presented with a special bread that was sliced by the eldest male member of the bride's family. The bride would take her slice to her new home, believed to ensure happiness in the initial months of married life. Kochevi and Kashubia were particularly known for their bread related customs. Bread was considered a sacred food and had to be handled with respect. It was customary not to eat bread with dirty hands, with one's head covered. Another interesting belief was related to preserving the last piece of bread until freshly baked bread was ready. It was believed that breaking the cycle could bring deprivation to the household, so everyone tried to keep it. Waste was minimized when it came to bread, and even stale bread found new life in dishes like a bread soup or a bread fried in egg. Pomeranians understood the value of every crumb and ensured that bread was cherished until the very last piece. So, that wraps up our exploration of Pomeranian soups and bread. Remember to savor every bite and cherish the traditions that have shaped our culinary heritage. Stay hungry and keep exploring the flavors of Pomerania.